Assalamu alaikum. Dear students of class Metric, I am your teacher Nida Nafi and this is your revision class which is organized by Metropolitan School. Today we are going to start a revision from the first poem of your textbook, which is The Voice of God. Now, what is the message, who is the poet of this poem? Now, first I am going to tell you about the introduction of the poet of this poem. This poem is written by Louis I. Newman, The Voice of God. He was American poet and he was born in the Providence of USA. He studied at Brown University and after his doctorate lecturer at Columbia. He was a religious man, and this poem also shows this religious bent of mind. Now this is all about the introduction of the poet of poem The Voice of God. Now we are going to discuss about the central idea of this poem. In this poem, poet tells the God is present everywhere. As we know that God is everywhere, and in this poem, poet tried to convey the message to the people that God is everywhere. How can we reach towards a God? The best way to serve God is to serve human being. Okay, if we wanted to make connection with our God, so we should serve their mankind. When he reached at the top of the tower, God asked, go down again, because I and he, God says that I lives among the people. Okay, so you go down again and try to serve mankind so you can make connection with me. This is the central idea of this poem, which the poet is greatly done in this poem. Okay, now we are going to start our next lesson, revision. No, okay, I have two poems for the revision today. First we have done the central idea of the wise God. Now we have a very beautiful poem. Second one is Little Things. This poem is written by the Julia Carney. Okay, she was an American verse writer. She was born in Boston and died in 1908. This poem was first published in 1845. Which poem is talking about Little Things. This poem is first published in 1845 and it is a simple children song to explain importance of the little things in our lives. Okay, so now move towards the central idea of this poem. Little things have great value. Okay, the mighty oceans are made of little drops of water. If we saw that the mighty ocean, big ocean, is a combination of a drops of water. So drop of water, you can imagine how little is. Now our land is made of little grains of sand. Now you can see that our land is made up of sand, which is a very small particles of sand. Little deeds of kindness and little words of love can make our world like heavens. Okay, if we deliver good words to each other, so we can make this world like a heaven. So we should go on doing little things all the time. Writer tried to convey the message that we should go little things all the times in our life, and little things like loving. Which little things she is trying to convey in her message? She is talking about love, care and forgiving. Forgiving is a very important part of our life, and care, you know that we should care each other, we should forgive each other, so we can make this world like a heaven. Okay, this is the central idea which poet tried to convey in this poem. Now we have the next chapter. The next chapter, second chapter in your book is The Wise Caliph. Okay, this one is The Wise Caliph. Okay, we are going to discuss about the summary of this chapter. Okay, because we have learned this chapter before. Now I am going to give you a review of this chapter. In this chapter there is a very interesting story we have. Caliph Harun al-Rashid was famous for his justice and wisdom. As you know that Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known for his justice and wisdom. Once a Qazi brought a case before him which he couldn't settle. Two men claimed ownership of a horse. One man was a rich and other man was a poor one. The Caliph ordered both the men to touch the horse, one by one. When the rich man touched the horse, it neighed with pleasure, and when the beggar touched the horse, it winced as he didn't like the touch of him. So the caliph declared his judgment that the horse belonged to the rich man, because horse shows his love and affection towards his master. He forgave the beggar, and the rich man also forgave him and gave him a handful of coin. This is a very good story, and this also gives us a message that we can judge anything wisely by taking decisions, good decisions. Okay. The next chapter we have going to start is that dignity of work. We know that dignity of work has great importance. Okay. So in this chapter there is a short story of a little boy. I am going to show you a summary of this poem, or this chapter, sorry. Akhtar was a boy in this story. Akhtar got angry on being asked to dust the cupboard in dust during social service work. One day a social service was being organized in their school, and Akhtar got angry on being asked to dust the cupboards and desks. So he thought that it was a servant work. Okay, he thought that it's not my work, it's just for the servants. Mr. Inayat told him about the dignity of work. At that time when he got angry and show his anger in front of them, so Mr. Inayat told them about the importance of dignity of work. And you know, students, the advanced countries have learned the importance of dignity of work. That is why they are progressing day by day. So we should learn the dignity of work. They are not ashamed of doing any work. Our Prophet and their companion did their work with their own hands. So why shouldn't we? Okay. Akhtar understood the dignity of work and promised not to mind with his own hand. In this chapter, we all have got a very good lesson that we should work with our own hands. It is not ashamed. Okay. As in this chapter you have read that our holy Prophet and their companions also performed and also done their work with their hands, so why we shouldn't? Okay, so don't never think that this work is for the servants. We can do anything with our hands, and we should do. Okay, this is a very good message. So if we work our work with our hands, so we can make progress efficiently. So this is a very good message you have got in this chapter. So I have given you the review of two poems. The number one is The Wise God, number two Little Poems. These two poems and the chapters, The Dignity of Work and The Wise Caliph. We have done all the exercises and question answers in the notebook. So you need to repeat all the exercises and question answers as a revision. Okay. So this is all about the revision of two chapters and two poems. Next time I will come with a new one. Thank you.